I think what you'll see around this country, if not around the world, the same strategy and the same tactic being implemented again and again and again because it works, because it's functional, because it gets the point across. We're serious. We know what we want, and we're going to get it, or it doesn't go on.
San Francisco State College, 1968. Students from all walks of life were building a reputation for major political and social change, and they were getting noticed. In the fall of 1968, San Francisco State College was on the verge of collapse when students and faculty erupted in a monumental strike that made national news in campus history.
The strike wasn't the point. Wasn't the point. The point was the sets of movements that want to change. And so it's still not the point. If we were to have a strike or not to have a strike right now, it wouldn't be the point. It's the exciting part of the movie, but it's not. The chase scene is the exciting part of the movie, but why was anybody chasing anyone? And if you caught them, what were you going to do with them?
Off campus, students were experiencing discrimination and social exclusion on the basis of their culture and ethnicity.
I had seen some wrongs, my father had been discriminated against. I indirectly felt the discrimination. I'd seen others discriminated against. I think there's the personal aspect of it, and then there's a broader aspect where, for many others, it was even worse.
We were in a school and in a society that was dominated by a white-centric point of view, and as though it were the only possible point of view.
Many students were also motivated by the fact that there was no ethnic studies program on campus.
If I'm not mistaken, it was in the spring of '68 that there were demonstrations and a couple of incidents that happened at the campus because the administration had continued to make verbal commitments to the programs of equal opportunity and the Black Studies program. And then by not financing them, the programs were just on the verge of collapse.
They had something called the experimental college, where they created the courses and hired the teachers and paid the teachers.
The experimental college was kind of an interesting concept on campus during that time because you had lots of different courses that were not part of the regular curriculum, but people could create these courses, some of which were ethnic studies courses. And that's where we got entry into, the possibility of having our history, promoting our issues through a curriculum that could have, quote, what we call community service learning that never existed before.
So they had the idea, let's have something like La Raza Studies or something like a Black Studies. And they got a huge grant, close to $1 million, which was big money then, from the Carnegie Foundation. And the administration, particularly one administrator, Vice President Garrity, refused to allow the students to take the money and said all money had to come through him.
The administration was withholding its final actualization of those programs. And as a result, the different third world student groups on the campus felt that it was necessary to confront the administration and get it to address what needed to be done.
Several groups fell under the umbrella of the Third World Liberation Front. They included the Black Student Union, the Latin American Student Organization, the Filipino American Student Organization, and El Renacimiento, a Mexican-American student organization.
The different third world groups came together, formed the Third World Liberation Front, and that became the coalition organization for those particular groups.